I've got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody come here, gather round, welcome to the freak show, the best in town. What the hell's wrong with me? I don't get along with anybody, honestly. I've been living in my own head constantly, thoughts jumbled round, think I need a new lobotomy. Wait, all these thoughts are too negative, I don't wanna get lost in the sedative. Gotta show them what I got, I'm competitive. You know I'm about to go off, I won't let them win, I'll take a stab. I wanna chase the bag, I want a way I can change all the things I lack. I gotta face the facts, I got a taste in that. Got me obsessed with the rest, I got an itch to scratch. No way, no, I'll give up everything. I don't take more. If I could see my dreams, I'll make things right. 'Cause I'll do anything to make what I wanna real. Don't let go, don't let go. I'll make things right. 'Cause I'll do anything to make what I wanna real.
I just wanna find a way out, sick of the venom in my brain. Running from the past, wanna escape my pain. I just wanna be a better person, I deserve this, I just wanna break these chains. Always destined for greatness, true to myself, I never fake it. Seen too many once that I so they get famous. And when I say the truth, most really can't take it. In spite of everything I've been through, I'ma make it. Fake friends, but on my downfall is toxic. Day one, started the outlaws for profit. Now all I do is write verses, no talking. All I do is put the work in, no option. This was everything I ever wanted. Created a legacy off of me, just being honest. And the fake ones hate, but it's all to no avail. They wanna see me lose, but you know I never fail.
Once again, guys, it's Tuesday, and we are no closer to knowing what kind of product Rich Rod has on the field. You can look at this through recruiting and get excited, but I'm here to pee on your parade. I'm here to do it. No, I'm not. Try not to. How's everybody doing tonight? Let's go to the chat and see who's all in there. Afton, great. Good to see you. So, if you don't know, I'm on another podcast and we talk about Steelers stuff. But now, college football has the same growing pains as what the professional sport has, and that's basically free agency. Hey, Kelly, how you doing? So, with that, I want to ask everyone, if you're a college football fan, in 2025, you no longer have to wait every couple years for your program to be competitive. Now, this is a West Virginia channel, but I remember Joe Paterno was quoted telling recruits, college or high school recruits, listen, you come here and I guarantee you we'll compete for a national championship every 4 years. That was the sales pitch in 1988, 85. Today's day and age, you have to basically say, hey, we're going to compete year in and year out. Now, can Rich Rod do that? Now, 2 weeks ago, I was in a hotel in Morgantown for 2 weeks. I was in a hotel in Morgantown 2 weeks ago. That makes sense. And Rich Rod and his coaches were it wasn't Rich Rod, but his coaches were picking up players at the hotel to take them to do the things they need to do in order to matriculate into the university. And from what I saw, I looked up these kids, the 5 individuals that were actually in that hotel. And last week we went player by player and talked about each one of them. I have a good feeling. Originally, when I ran into the first cat, he was really tiny. And I'm thinking, how the hell can West Virginia, being a power school, one of the power conferences, pick a kid to play defensive back that looks like he's about my son's size, who's a sophomore in high school, about 140 pounds. Kid looked every bit of like 150, 160. They have him listed as like 185. There's no way in hell. But, you know, it looks as if we go by what Mike Alstey's saying, I think he's a fantastic fantastic journalist for the Mountaineers. On his show, he was talking about the fact that Rich Rod is playing chess and not checkers, and that's a great read. So if you want to read that, go ahead to his website and check it out. But you know, we look at what Rich Rod's doing, and I guess he's taking Rodney Gallagher and putting him in as a defensive back. Is that because he doesn't have, like, he's filling the pieces right now in the secondary, and also he's starting to recruit. If you haven't noticed, they're going more to the high schools, and they're getting 2026. They're talking to 2026 recruits, and they're going after some 4-star talent, which is really, really, I don't know, it makes me feel a lot better. When West Virginia is competing for talent against Toledo and Akron and Tulane. Now, Tulane has been pretty good, but Tulane is sometimes in the mix. And then you maybe sprinkle in Louisville or some like Wake Forest. They're not competing against Penn State. They're not competing against Ohio State for talent. Now, if they get Chris Henry Jr., well, that'll be a huge win for the program, but that's more of a legacy than a recruiting win. But let's get to the chat here before I get on here a little bit more. So Kelly says hi to Tim. Tim Green always in here with, for some reason, our Mountaineer has different colors. I like that little change of pace. Now, I finished the chat last week. We talked about, were you a big fan of the Matt helmets? And most of you want the Mountaineers to go towards the shiny. I like the old school shiny helmets. The Matt were good for a little bit. All right, so now let's get to brass tacks. Expectations versus reality. The expectation now is, I hate to say it, if you think that the Rich Rod's going to have a year to get the ship in order, get things straight, he's not. They're not going to fire him. But I know you fans, and I know me, and I know you, and I know what my expectations are, and it's not 7 wins. 7 wins does not cut it. 7 wins does not cut it, guys. I don't care if Pitt's one of those wins. I want at least 6 wins in the Big 12. 7 wins in the Big 12. That is a successful year. So Kenny Evans says, I would say 8 wins at the minimum. Absolutely. So, I don't know, guys. That's tough. That's just tough to win, But with that, with a solid, now let me get this out of here, with a solid 8 or 9 wins, you have leverage. You have your foot in the door to talent. In combination with NIL money. The NIL money is going to go up. Now, there's a restaurant in Morgantown. If you don't been to Morgantown in a minute, it's called The Goat. It's at Suncrest Plaza, and it has wonderful food, great atmosphere, and it is literally a bar/restaurant that proceeds go to the NIL. And that goes right into helping the recruiting of players for basketball, football, all the sports benefit from you getting a beer, and they had stuffed banana peppers to die for. But they talked about this kid from Georgia for 2026. They're starting to reach out to some of these 4-star. And Mike Alsty published this. Was it yesterday? Yesterday. Blake Stewart, not to be confused with the other Stewart, okay? The kid's from Woodward Academy in Atlanta, Georgia. He's 6'1", 170, okay? Offers from Duke, Kentucky, Michigan, Nebraska, Purdue, Wake Forest, okay? That's the caliber of player when you're pulling these kids out of high school that I think West Virginia would be able to pull out a 10, 11 win season with. You're not going to do it with undersized kids that have speed. I mean, this isn't 20. This isn't 2005. This isn't 2006. This kid is a popular recruit, and his offers prop that up. Okay. He's the number 8 prospect in all of Georgia, according to Rivals. But, I guess he's mostly viewed as a safety, but I think he could play as a receiver or defensive back. But he's a track guy. He's a track guy. He has that track speed. So this is the type of talent that would make me, makes me drool as a college football fan, a Mountaineer fan. This is the secret sauce. This is the recipe, man, for success. Other than that, we don't know what's going to happen. This coming up Gold and Blue game in April is going to be crazy. Now, Rich Rod was one of the first ones to kind of make it more of more sports entertainment than actual practice. You remember back then, he kind of had them do some things. Fans could call play here and there, kind of jazz it up. So we'll see what happens. Is it going to be a pure practice, or is it going to be more of a spectacle? I want to see the practice. I want to see the blue go against the gold. I want to see them actually make a little bit of contact. I want to see the playmakers. I want to see the skill positions. That's what I want to see as a fan. Rich Rod this week hired his daughter as what was it called again? I'm gonna have to think. What was the football director of? Oh my gosh, what's it called here? I'm gonna find it. I have to look it up. I couldn't remember. So officially announced that Rhett Rodriguez, his son Rhett, is the quarterback's coach. We know that. And then the daughter will be the assistant athletic director for football management strategy, more of an operations type position. I want to make sure I said it exactly right. So she was previously the creative content coordinator for Jacksonville State. Okay. So she went from being the media creative content coordinator to now she's the assistant athletic director for football management and strategy. So maybe she deals with a lot of the, bringing the guys on campus, maybe the housing, a little bit of the college stuff with the tutors, and I think it's an ops position, so that's good. I think she was a cheerleader at Arizona. Good for her. She worked for Jacksonville State for the football staff, so I like to see her come on board. How do you guys feel about that in the chat? Yeah, logistics. Yeah, probably logistics. Afton, good to see you on here. So Afton is a regular on the other channel, and she is one of the smartest football fans out there. I mean, if you're talking about NFL football, there's a big brain there, and she knows a lot about football. Hey, what Tim is agreeing with you, Daniel, 100%. So, Tim, you mentioned something that I want to touch on. Rich went after speed because that the offense he had, and also because he could not recruit size. There's not a lot of guys out there that are 6'6", 6'5", 280, 300 pounds. Not a lot of people like that. But there's a lot of fast guys that are athletic and can make plays in open space. And that's why he did that spread offense. You guys all know this. I'm preaching to the choir. So Tim says 9-3. Once again, nepotism is dangerous, Afton says. Guys, when this spring game rolls around, we will know exactly what type of team West Virginia is going to be. Right now, with the recruits that they have, and we went through them, and you can just go through them, and it's just names and numbers, where they're from. It's just mind-boggling at this point. I'm gonna have to say, with the talent he has now, 8 wins is the minimum I would be happy with. Could he turn it around and get a couple really, when the recruiting opens up again, can he get some studs? We'll see. We'll see how this quarterback position battle plays out. That is going to be what everybody's going to be talking about day in, day out, from April until August. April to August, it's going to be who's going to be slinging that pigskin. Then we're going to talk about who's catching it. So until then, I want you to stay tuned every Tuesday to me. Wednesday, you can watch some more with Frank Fear and company on this channel. It's a great time. So, guys, I want you to like and subscribe. If you don't like it, share it with someone you don't like. But Tim, Kenny, Afton, Daniel, hey, Daniel says Don Nealon is still deploying as equipment manager. Dan Nealon, yeah, Dan, and has that job since Stat Start. Yeah, Dan is a fixture, and he's probably been with the university longer than probably anybody else. So my feeling is the name gets you in the door, and if you can do the job and you're capable, then God bless you. Okay. Yeah, not all players will pan out. We're gonna have to see who has that hard edge. But with that, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Short show, lots going on, but we're gonna really get after it after April. Gonna have some guests on here, and guys, biggest thing is there's some hope, there's optimism, and guess what? Rich Rod's back in the building, so someone's gonna get smacked on a Friday or a Saturday, depending on when the Mountaineers are playing. So stay tuned. Let's go Mountaineers.